Hey everyone, so it's Wednesday and I didn't film at all last week. Sometimes, you're just not feeling it, but I really don't want to fall behind on my vlogging, so we're trying. All that to say, I have started Tilda's book. I'm working on the zero draft and I'm on chapter 5 right now. I had hoped to finish it today and that did not happen, so I will say it's giving me a little bit of trouble, and I think mostly I figured it out while I was driving. I felt like it was progressing too fast. The getting to know each other beat isn't as long as it was for Claimed, and it seems as though Tilda and the male lead's first kiss are going to happen much sooner than Garrett and Nell's first kiss happened. But then I was thinking about it, and it just makes more sense character-wise. Like, of course, Garrett and Nell didn't share their first kiss until a little later, because Garrett spent, up until then, fighting it as hard as he could. Garrett is a man who hates himself and doesn't think he deserves nice things, and he has a lot more self-restraint than Tilda or her love interest have. So Tilda and her love interest, they are very emotional people. They kind of have the attitude of act first, regret later. So it makes so much more sense for them to have their first kiss way earlier than Garrett and Nell did. So I think the epiphany that I had while driving home might help me break through my little block writing this story, because I am probably a third of the way through the getting to know each other beat, and it shouldn't take that much longer, honestly. So I'm hoping to be at the first kiss by Monday, hopefully. I honestly, in my initial timeline, I like to give myself soft deadlines. I had wanted to be at the end of the midpoint by the end of this week, but it just hasn't happened. So yeah, it's Wednesday, like I said, and I've just been so lazy this week, and I'm not sure why. I do want to say while I am filming that I did not expect the response that I got to my Substack. If you didn't see the last 2 videos that I posted, maybe the last 3, I created a Substack for my spicy romance content, and I've been posting Claimed by the Lone Wolf 3 times a week, 1 chapter every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and it's been live for a little over a week now, and I'm getting so many nice comments, and just the fact that people are reading it just is everything to me, because that's pretty much why I write. I've just always liked sharing my writing, and I'm not gonna sit here and say that I'm like really good at it, but it is the only thing that I've ever felt like I'm somewhat okay at. I'm not very talented or skilled otherwise. Like, I'm not artistic in any other way except for writing. I can't play music. I'm not smart when it comes to things like math or science. So my writing is basically all I have, and so being able to share it with people and people reading it and enjoying it is basically what I live for. So I just wanted to thank everyone. If you have, followed me from YouTube to my Substack, thank you so much. I appreciate it more than I can ever explain, because, like I said, it's everything to me. But yeah, my fiance, this week is going to be a rough week for him, because he had to put off a lot of his work because they messed up something, and then today it was finally fixed, and now he has to kind of scramble to cover his ass. So he's going to be late today and possibly the rest of the week. I have to clean the yard because of dog poop, because, it snowed 3 weeks ago, and then, the snow was melting and the yard was just wet and disgusting, and then it was raining a lot and it was just so cold. But now it's like a nice day. It's like 60 something degrees out, so I have to go clean up the dog poo, because Barkley's getting to the point where she's like, I don't want to go to the bathroom here. So I gotta clean up dog poo, and then I have to clean the kitchen. I do want to edit my video footage, so I don't fall behind and then have to spend like literally all of Friday editing footage. So I shouldn't ramble, because that just means more footage to edit. But yeah, I am currently reading Onyx Storm by Rebecca Yarros. I was trying to hold off on buying it because it's a new release, so it was like 12 something, even just the Kindle, which is insane. I remember when Kindle books used to cost like $7, but I am reading it. I'm like 30% of the way through. Definitely not as good as the other ones, which obviously, I know a lot of people say the other two aren't good, but the third is definitely the weakest so far, and the dialogue is even cringier this time around. Anytime, like, Xaden or friggin' Violet say anything, you know, like, sexual or romantic to each other, the other one will say, same. Like, what the fuck? This is the corniest dialogue I've ever seen. But, obviously I want to finish it. I will say, I thought this was a trilogy, and then someone commented on my Instagram post about it, and they were like, oh, like, I put reading Onyx Storm on hold once I found out that, she wasn't going to be, like, finishing the series anytime soon, or something like that. And I was like, hold up. I thought this series was finished. I thought Onyx Storm was the end. And no. So not only do I have, I think, 2 more books that I have to look out for in this series, but those 2 books aren't even coming until God knows when. So I'm like, God damn it. Not that I don't have a huge TBR to begin with, but... So yeah, I am gonna go inside, get the dog, bring her out, and then I'm gonna hook her up to her lead, just so I can clean up the poo. We don't really like to put her on her lead. We do have her in a harness, so I'm not worried about her, like, breaking her neck on a lead. But, you know, I just don't like the lead, and I'm always terrified she'll, like, break free of it, and then we'll have to spend 3 weeks trying to find her again. But I'm just gonna put her on her lead so I can clean up the poo, and then I'm gonna go inside and clean the kitchen, and then I'm going to edit my footage. And then, if my fiance still isn't home by then, I might try to finish chapter 5, just cause. I hate leaving a chapter unfinished at the end of the day, which is probably not a healthy attitude, because it kind of leads to me, like, rushing through chapters just so I can finish it before the day is over. But it's the zero draft. I think I'm allowed to rush through chapters as long as I'm telling the story and getting all the main plot points and beats out in the open. So yeah, all of that to say, things are going. Maybe not as good as they could be going, but I still feel pretty good, and it could just be because it is a nice sunny 60-degree day, so I'm just feeling really good, and I'm going to go inside before I ramble too much. We're almost at 10 minutes, so yeah. Okay, so it's Friday, the last day of February. It is 2 p.m. exactly. I did not have a very productive day, unless you count painting my nails as productive, which I don't. I kind of wish I hadn't wasted my time on it because they never look nice anyway. Yeah, I am wrapping up work. I do have a load of laundry currently in the dryer. That should be done any minute that I have to then put away. I have the dishwasher running. But in terms of actually writing, I did not really do anything. I did finish chapter 6, but that is nothing to really brag about because it only ended up being like 526 words. So I didn't write a lot. I was just kind of finishing this one scene in the getting to know each other beat, and I am enjoying it. Tilda and the love interest that I can't name for spoiler reasons, they just have a really good kind of banter, and it's fun to write her desperately trying to fight her attraction for him. And things are moving along because I only have one more scene in the getting to know each other beat, and going off of the word count framework that I have, which I modified from Nell Alexander's short romance beats to support a story with 30,000 words, the getting to know each other beat should be around 4,500 words. And I have 3 chapters currently, so I have one more chapter, and I did the math, and I have 1,137 words until I reach that word count goal, I guess. So I am basically like right on track with the framework, which is nice that I'm not going over the word count for the framework, because I consistently do that with all of my other stories. But yeah, it was just a really slow, lazy week, and I think I should probably just kind of be taking it easy and not forcing myself. But then it's like, well, what am I going to do for my YouTube content? Because I didn't film last week, so I have to get a video up. And I know I don't have to, but I want to. So yeah, it's just been a lazy week. So this was a lazy writing vlog where I barely did anything. Let me see exactly what I accomplished this week, because it does not feel like a lot. It was not a lot. I wrote chapters 4, 5, and 6. So almost the majority of this beat. And I still have stuff I need to do today. I need to go to Substack and schedule chapters 8, 9, and 10 for next week, because chapter 7 just went up today. And again, thank you to everyone who has subscribed to my Substack. It really means everything to me. So I'm gonna do that probably when I stop filming. That's not something I really need to share in my vlog, I don't think. So yeah, honestly, just like I said, a lazy writing vlog. I wrote 3 chapters this week, and one chapter was 526 words, so we're not gonna brag about it. In fact, if it's still up in my calculator, in total I've only written 3,363 words this week. I was just really struggling, and it involved a lot of handwriting, because that's what I do when I'm struggling to write on a computer or even my Alpha Smart. So it is what it is. I kind of struggled a little bit, and the new idea has been distracting me. I think I might kind of play around with the new idea for like a little bit, because I just have so many ideas that I kind of want to write down so I don't forget them. But like the characters don't even have names yet, so it's not a very developed idea just yet. But that might be something I do for fun, because my fiance has been getting home late every day this week, basically, and tonight will probably be about the same. So at least if I play around with this new idea, that gives me something to do, like, for fun. Like, Tilda's book, because it is a part of this series with Claimed by the Lone Wolf, it's kind of, I'm considering it more like work, I guess. Whereas this new idea, this urban fantasy with a witch and a daemon, that's just a for fun idea, so that'll give me something to play around with tonight, so I'm not just sitting on the couch and rotting while watching TikToks. So yeah, that's me ending this vlog. I feel really bad because I didn't accomplish really anything, but I did get to check in with you guys, and you can see that my progress, while slow, is still there. Brief reading update. I am, of course, reading Onyx Storm. I think I'm now 45 or 46% of the way through. And I realized what my problem is that, and this is not a knock against fan fiction, but it feels like fan fiction of Fourth Wing. It's really weird, because it's like it almost is just because of the scenarios and the way all of these characters are interacting, and I can tell that it's supposed to be like quirky and funny and like endearing, and I don't find it any of those things, because it feels like it's distracting from the actual plot. And also, I don't want to say that Xaden feels mischaracterized, but it kind of doesn't feel like Xaden. Jesus Christ. Some old dude in a pickup truck almost hit another dude in a pickup truck because God forbid my neighbor tries to pull into his driveway. That's what I have to deal with out here a lot. In this small town in farmland is a lot of old white dudes in pickup trucks, and it's peaceful out here except for them. What I was saying is Xaden just feels out of character, he doesn't feel like himself, and story-wise, he's not. It makes sense that he wouldn't be feeling like himself, but it feels very inconsistent, and I'm just not liking it. I don't feel the chemistry that I felt between him and Violet in the first 2 books, and that just adds to the fanfiction-y feel. And like I said, I have nothing against fanfiction. I love fanfiction. I write it, I read it, it's my favorite thing. Well, it used to be. I haven't written much in a while. But I have nothing against fanfiction. It's just weird that it can feel like fanfiction coming from the actual author, I guess. And I still want to find out what happens, but I don't find myself devouring this book the way I did the first 2. So yeah, that's my reading update. Oh, my Filofax that I've been using as like a writing journal and bullet journal planner system all in one. I had planned to do a video about it, like with a little flip through showing you how I use it, and I'm going to be completely honest with you, I actually am not liking it as much as I thought I would. When I first set it up, I've been using this system for all of February, and for the first like 2 weeks I loved it, and I was adding a bunch of shit to my wish list to like continue with this, and I hate this specific Filofax, but it's the cheapest model, and the one I originally wanted is like over $100, and I'm really glad I did not buy it because, like I said, it just turns out I don't really care much for a ring binder system. So I will be moving out of that as soon as I can, but I'm not sure when that will be because I used Lulu and kind of half designed a planner, like a bullet journal-ish thing, and I ordered it, but Lulu takes forever to print and ship things. So I'm not sure when it's gonna get here. So I will be stuck in my Filofax until it gets here. And then I'm just worried it's gonna get here and not look at all the way I wanted it to, and in which case I will just be buying like an A5 Stalogy notebook or something and just going back to what I was doing with the first half of the book being a bullet journal and the second half being my writing journal. But yeah, that's all I have to talk about. Is my planner system is not working the way it was before. Onyx Storm feels like fan fiction, and writing has been terrible this week, but it is what it is. There's always next week, and like I said, I'm looking forward to playing around with this new idea because it could be a really fun story about really powerful magic and 2 characters that kind of almost become villains together. I don't know. It's 2:12 now because I've rambled for way too long, and I have to get my laundry put away. I want to eat a snack. I have to take the dog out, but also I need to get this footage edited and uploaded it. So I got a lot to do, and so I'm gonna get off of here. So, yeah, thank you for being here, and again, if you subscribe to my Substack, thank you for being there. And oh shit, and I have to freaking schedule my new chapters. Oh my god, I don't even know where today went, but I'm gonna get off of here and go do all of those things I have to do. And I will see you guys in my next video. Hopefully it will be a lot more productive than this one was. So yeah, I will see you guys in my next video. Thank you so much for watching.